Hi, I'm Tristan Benderson. From reading Kozol, the piece I like to focus on is faith and hope. I noticed as I read how everyone was so positive about when talking about a family member who has passed. They would respond with, "They're in a better place and we'll see them again someday." As I read this, I really admired and was inspired about how much faith these people had about God, in this case is what they believed in, and how this is just one life they go through, but then they get an amazing life, like if eternity, up in the heavens. These people live paycheck to paycheck trying to keep their families safe and fed, and it seems as though people who struggle wouldn't have much faith because they live the way they do, but I believe these people have the most faith out of anyone. People who have so much already may not realize their blessings, and they don't struggle as much, so they don't put as much faith in God or who or what they believe in. But these families struggle a lot more, so they put a lot more faith in their life and hope, and they believe that people are happier, and they will all end up in a much better place, so it's okay. While the other families, they know that's what they're going to get, and so they don't necessarily have to have hope in a way, because they know, like, if you raise wealthily, that you know what you're gonna get. And so you don't really have to have hope. You just kind of know it's going to be there. You say what you want and you kind of get it. So I picked this GIF, or GIF, however you like to pronounce it. And it shows the clouds leading to heaven, which represents how all the children and adults focus so greatly on that outcome when their friends and family pass. And in a way, it seems as though it's easy for them to handle the loss because they believe that their, like, friends and family members are, like, in a higher place and they aren't suffering from illness. Or starvation, like with AIDS and everything, or any reason. Having this hope, like, really you can see it shine through these people, like, especially with these kids when he's talking to them. It's very, like, to me, it was very, like, inspiring and admirable to read, because they're in such, like, a place, and they just really believe that, like, when he's talking to these little kids and he's like, "Oh man," but they're like, "No, like, it's okay, like, they're in such a better place." And I thought that was just very inspiring, how, like, positive they were even in the situation they're in. And to relate these to other readings, in Miller's writing, on page 95, there's a passage speaking about subordinates, and it says, "A subordinate group has to concentrate on basic survival." This relates to what I previously said about, like, how the families in the Bronx have to live paycheck to paycheck and really focus. They have to really, like, they live on basic survival. Living paycheck to paycheck, they just get their basics, like the food, clothing, like, they have their housing and stuff. Like, they don't really get to do all the other expenses that, like, other people get to go, like, on vacation and stuff. Like, they don't really get to do any of that stuff. So they live, like, they just really focus on just surviving. And then another reading was in Sklar's writing on page 329. There's a line that says, "Imagine a country where some are paid so little that their children go without necessities, while others are paid so much their grandchildren can live in luxury without having to work at all." This relates to the wealthier people having smaller hope, as I was talking about, and faith, because they don't need it. Most things are, like, given to them, so they don't need too much hope because they don't know they know they're gonna get what they want, and, like, they can have it all, while, like, others rely on hope and faith to get food and basic things they need, as you can see, like, throughout the story. The kids, like, there's a thing I think in class, or we talked about ice cream, and that's just, like, a normal for wealthy people. Like, they just can go get it. But, like, for these, like, they, like, will hope for ice cream or something, and, like, if they get it, they do, but they, like, know that something greater is going to happen. I just think that's really inspiring and admirable. So that's why I chose this as my focus topic. Thank you.